talk about innovation. Let's talk about your innovation. Let's talk about Shapeshift, because what does it want to become? At the moment, it's a medium of exchange of crypto assets, but you're building on top of that, fixing other problems to be solved within the ecosystem.
Yeah, technically, Shapeshift is a market maker. People think of us as an exchange, but basically, you come to us if you have Bitcoin and you want to trade it for Ethereum or Litecoin for Dash, for example. And we built a way to do that much more safely and much more quickly than how it had been done before. We don't hold any customer funds, and this is really important. Most people are aware of the Mt. Gox fiasco and the exchanges that have been hacked. Shapeshift is a system that actually protects consumers by building technology that allows them to do what they want to do without holding high amounts of risk. And so they do that via initially putting Ether in. Is this how it's powered? If I'm not using money and I'm not actually needing to own the assets themselves, I'm somehow doing it virtually via you. Yeah, you can think of it like a vending machine. Instead of putting in a coin, you put in a crypto asset. Instead of giving out a candy bar, you get another crypto asset. Okay. We hold an inventory of all these things, and so we sell them directly to the customers. What we don't do is hold an account with all the funds of all these people. So in that way, we're very different than a traditional exchange. And I've got to ask you about Shapeshift, because you've raised money. You've raised money from significant players within the space: Lakestar, Pantera, Blockchain Capital. You raised 10 million in what was your Series A. Why did you decide to sell equity? Why did you go for money? Why didn't you do an ICO, as it's called, initial coin offering? Yeah, I mean, largely we put that round together back in the fall of 2016, and we wanted to bring in some more institutional expertise. We wanted to have a formal board with people that knew what they were doing, that had built businesses, because that will help us build our own. ICOs are great for raising a lot of money quickly, but you don't get the expertise of the people that you're partnering with. So that was a large part of it, and also a large part of it was ICOs had not become nearly as popular when we were actually putting that together. And when do you do one next? Well, I mean, I won't say we haven't thought of it, but it's in the US at least, it's really problematic from a regulatory perspective, because the SEC has not been clear on which tokens are securities and which are not. And they have claimed that they are clear about it, but you go to any of the major law firms in the US and ask them to do a legal analysis of a token, whether it's a security or not, and they will not even be able to do the review. They refuse to even do the analysis. So the SEC has cast a huge pall over the whole industry, and no one really knows where they're going to draw that line. And it's something that has to get fixed. It's skepticism.
So he brings up some light on how our government regulations are not working as well, because once again, this is a major issue, and maybe this is why crypto prices are falling, is the unclear regulation from the SEC, and hopefully they'll address it. On another note that I'd like to bring up is this is great for future exchanges, because I also don't like the idea, and this is why I have my wallets all over the place, because when you do set up an exchange like a Coinbase, Gemini, GDAX, Robinhood, you're trusting them to basically maintain your crypto assets, and that's why I highly recommend, if you have more than like 5,000, that you just have multiple accounts in multiple exchanges, because if one is hacked, they're not going to hopefully take out all, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. And this kind of future technology where it just allows you to basically you store your own crypto, and if you want to exchange for another crypto, it's done instantaneously and you don't have to worry about them taking care of the custody. I think it's great. And maybe like a hybrid model, because like I said, for some of my crypto assets I do want to keep and I want to have complete control, but for me too, I don't mind having some of it managed by someone else, especially if I have large sums of money. Let's just make up a hypothetical amount. If I have $100,000 of crypto, maybe I would keep 50,000 myself, and then maybe keep another 50 just actively managed by someone else, just for protection. And if something happens to the 50,000 that I have, at least the other person. That's why I really like diversification. And if you do have time, please definitely subscribe to the channel, check out some of my previous videos, and kind of go into more detail about that. But let me know your thoughts on this, and I will talk to you soon.